Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, angry faithful of all ages. This is Nerd Sports 224. We got a little bit more punch than last week. We traded one host for another. Colin's not with us this week because he's spending the evening back at his mom's house since, kind of being here for the summer. So, there's that. And then the Mountain Man is back in attendance this week. So, there's all that. We got a lot of news. So we're gonna get this thing started by handing things over, albeit very briefly, to our esteemed producer, David Dickerman, for this week's Weird Sport. David.
This is actually quite interesting. I want us all to do this. It's in Fort Worth, I found out. And basically what it is, I can't do the sound because it has music on it that we don't have the rights to. Basically, they give you rubber bullets and you basically do a draw. This is just the showdown. See it right there? Okay. And then...
That's just disrespectful. You don't knock a man's hat off his head.
Yeah, that's...
Let's go into it. This is... We got a nice green girl.
Okay. Can't be mad at that.
They got mask on. You get set up for the draw.
That's what we're doing.
And you have to stay in the circle or the hula
hoop. Oh. Homeboy with disrespect. Golly, man.
I would do that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's no worse than a paintball with no padding, right?
Yeah.
It just depends on the charge, the loading around. Yeah, that seems like a doable thing. See, this is why men have shorter lifespans than women.
Fuck how we do.
See, but somebody's gonna go there and make like a... I don't know if you call it a gentleman's bet, but it'd be like, instead of slappers only, it'd be like groin shots only. Nothing but headshots, nothing but groin shots.
Well, they made it.
Somebody's gonna end up doing it.
They were handing the rounds in, and they were like, "Okay, we have each player expecting the rounds, and hopefully we don't have an Alex Baldwin moment."
Yeah.
Yeah. The liability waiver for that place has got to be airtight. Like, they've got to have a badass lawyer on retainer. I mean, because your standard liability waiver, I mean, it's a colander at best, right?
I don't feel like it's gonna be beefy enough.
No, they never are. Even like for the small shit. Like if you go to like Urban Air or something like that, you got to sign a liability waiver, in case you get hurt on the trampolines. Yeah, you can still sue the place.
Right.
Out there. All right,
so you get the right lawyer, you can sue anybody.
Oh yeah. So this weekend, history was made in Major League Baseball. Jen Powell, that's what I'm going to go with. The first female umpire to call a major league game. Her first pitch was a missed call. She called a ball a strike. Yeah.
And then went on to miss how many? 13 through the whole game?
Overall, she had a 93% accuracy, 93% overall consistency. She was 1.4% below expected thresholds, and it favored 0.28 runs for Miami, which it didn't help because the Miami Marlins still lost that game 7-1 against the Braves.
Not great, but it's still better than Angel Hernandez.
Well, that's just what she starting.
She was running a 95% accuracy rate for balls and an 87% accuracy rate for called strikes. 6 of the 47 called strikes were true balls, and 5 of the 104 called balls were true strikes. That's okay. Impactful missed calls include, and these were the largest changes in run expectancy. Top of the sixth, Wentz to Myers, 1 out, bases empty, 3-1 count, strike is called a ball, right? Top of the eighth, Johnson to Johnston, 0 outs, bases empty, a 1-1 count, a strike is called a ball. Top of the fourth, Wentz to Senhoya. Yeah, there we go. 2 outs, runner on first and second. Nothing count. Strike is called a ball. So these are all, I mean, those are 3 of the 5 called balls that were true strikes. So, let's see, called 140 out of 51 taken pitches correctly, 2.2 fewer correct calls than the average umpire. See, just for that alone, she's gonna toss somebody out next game.
Oh,
And
I
they're gonna be like, "What for?" Be like,
You
"It doesn't matter.
You
It
know.
doesn't matter. You don't listen." Yeah. Yeah, I
Well,
saw
you
that.
don't know. I'm not going to tell you.
I sent that to everybody today or yesterday.
I love it.
Let me see here. Miami was plus 0.25 and Atlanta was minus 0.03. For runs, 9 balls called inside and 2 strikes called outside the expected strike zone. So, all in all, not terrible. Still better than Angel Hernandez. Welcome to the big leagues. And I'm willing. I'm kind of. I bet that she is going to be the least screamed at umpire for the rest of the season until she gets a season or 2 under her belt, and then players are like, "Yeah, screw this. I'm yelling because she blew this call." Right?
Yeah.
Because be the first guy that yell at her. You're going to come off, and the media and the social media court is going to roast you for being, like a woman basher or a narcissist. They're just going to rake that poor dude over the coals.
Eviscerate you.
Oh, it's going to be.
You're only yelling at her because she's a woman. No, I'm yelling at her because she's a. No,
Right.
how far into it? Oh, we're far enough. Because she's a fuck up.
I mean,
like
I
that.
mean, what's the new slang term? Clacker.
Clinker.
Clinker. Yeah,
Still,
with the hard R. Yeah.
It's still hilarious to me that they are really leaning into calling that a slur, and it's from freaking Star Wars: The Clone Wars cartoon.
Yeah.
Where they were calling the battle droids clankers, and now everybody's that's a slur against AI. You know what they're trying to say.
Mm-hmm. So baseball, Alex Bregman's first at bat back in Houston since signing as a free agent over the offseason with the Red Sox was a home run into the Crawford boxes. So right now that game is in the bottom of the third. It is 3-2 Houston. So there was a double and 2 runs scored. So okay, all right. I'm going to be going to the game tomorrow night. So that'll be fun. I'm going to try to get there early enough for batting practice and see what kind of like shenanigans I can get into as far as like trying to get autographs and stuff. So that'll be kind of cool. Let me see here. Let's take a look at the standings real fast. Going into action tonight, in the AL East, the Toronto Blue Jays are still holding court in first place. They won their game today. Or was it yesterday? Today's a travel day. So yeah. Anyways, they're up by 4 games over the Red Sox, who are 2.5 games up over the Yankees. The Yankees have they won 1 out of the 3-game set against the Astros in New York over the weekend. Jose Altuve renewed his lease in Yankee Stadium over the weekend as being able to live there rent free. They renamed it Altuve Stadium, which is kind of funny. I think it's hilarious, actually. So,
How much did he get paid?
Enough.
A lot.
Yeah. I'm not going to go looking up his contract. I don't really care. I just think it's funny. He was getting, just Bronx cheers were showering down on him as he was coming up, being announced up, for his first at bat of the weekend. He parks one in the bleacher seats. Like, okay, it's going to be that kind of a weekend. We're choosing violence. In the AL Central, the Detroit Tigers, who are 5-5 over their last 10, they're holding first place. They've got a 6-game lead over the Cleveland Guardians. Still the only 2 teams in the AL Central with a better than 500 record. So, AL West, you've got the Houston Astros currently with a half-game lead over the Seattle Mariners, who are actually the second hottest team in all of baseball right now. They're on a 7-game winning streak right now. They're 9-1 over their last 10. They're in Baltimore tomorrow. So yeah, the Baltimore's not going to put up much of a fight because right now Baltimore is 15.5 back, sitting in the basement at 53-65 of the American League East. So I mean, it's going to be a speed bump for the Seattle Mariners, and they're just going to power right on through. I look for first place to change hands before the end of the week. So I'm just kind of putting that out there. The Rangers, much to Chris's chagrin, are still above 500 by a game. They're still 6.5 back. They're 3-7 over their last 10, and they've lost their last 4 games. So it's been kind of a rough patch. Right now, they're playing Arizona at home. I don't know. Maybe their luck will turn around. I mean, it could be worse. You could be the AL, or you could be the Angels or the Athletics. So,
right. I mean, they could still turn things around and catch a hot streak. It's just kind of unfortunate that
it's all about timing. I mean,
capitalized as much like they had that real hot streak right out of the All-Star break, and then they seemed to cool down a little bit. So
yeah,
their bats open
the last chance for teams to bolster their rosters are going to be in September when the rosters are expanded for the playoffs. You start seeing these September call-ups coming up from the AAA systems.
Is on fire. Is Uvalde is killing.
Oh, Uvalde is killing it, dude.
Absolutely killing it. So
I mean, but I mean, that's only going to give you. I mean, he's going to keep you in a game once out of every 5 games. I don't know,
right.
every 5th day.
Their entire pitching staff is doing fantastic. I mean, they're top 5 bullpen right now. Just
their offense is not helping.
But
I mean, you can have quality start after quality start, but if you're not putting together run support,
exactly. And I would have liked to have seen before the trade deadline. I would like to see. They just haven't. They've been making pitching changes, but they haven't done anything offensively. That's what I think it's going to take.
Yeah,
They're
but
gonna have to make some changes offensively to be able to capitalize.
I mean, their manager knows how to manage a bullpen, though. So I mean, he's just got to. It's about who's going to show up that night, and at this point, this late in the season, right now, let me jump over to the wild card real quick before we hit the National League. But let me see. The Rangers are 2.5 games out of the final wild card spot being held by the Yankees right now.
Yeah, like I said, it's completely and absolutely doable.
Yeah, it is. I mean, because Cleveland's a half game out of the wild card.
Yeah,
and so I mean, it's feasible. I mean, Boston dropped a game behind the Mariners for the top wild card spot. So, but they're still holding court. They've got a 2.5 game cushion over the Yankees for in the wild card race.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still up for interpretation in the American League right now. Like the Cubs, they've got a 4.5. They're 4.5 games. Well, they got a 1.5 game lead over the Padres for the top spot in the NL wild card. The Mets have a 2-game cushion over Cincinnati for the final spot. So, I mean, but the Mets, I mean, they've got to figure something out because they have lost their last 7. They're 1-9 over their last 10 games. So it's, I don't know. New York went out and they spent so much money over the winter. I mean, you can't win the World Series in December, obviously. Everybody knows that. But with the level of effort that these people, that ball club is putting in, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, you're giving up. I mean, their starting rotation is not doing what it needs to do by producing, quality starts, and their offense is just sputtering. I mean, you're just kind of like, okay, look, I mean, Alfonso, he's he's still carrying a brunt of the workload on his back, but it's not enough. And you've got the freaking multi-million-dollar man. I mean, several millions of dollars, man. Juan Soto. I mean, the Mets went out specifically. I mean, they blew their entire budget trying to win the sweepstakes on him, and he's not doing anything for him.
Yep.
And so it's kind of mind blowing. But with the regular season still in effect for the National League, you've got the Philadelphia Phillies in the East. They've got a 6-game lead over the Mets. And then the Brewers, arguably the hottest team in the planet right now. They're 9-1 over their last 10.
Yeah.
So, and they're on a 9-game winning streak right now. They got a 6-game lead over the Cubs. And right now, I think the NL Central is the most competitive division in all of baseball right now. Because, I mean, you've got 4 out of 5 teams above 500 right now. Cardinals, the Reds, Cubs, and the Brewers from bottom to top. And then you've got the Pirates. They're just, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, they're 17 games below 500. Or no, yeah, they're 17 games below 500 right now. I mean, they're 51-68. They're working at a 429 clip right now. They're 23 games out. They're 4-6 over their last 10. They've lost their last 2. And they're playing their division leaders. They're at Milwaukee tonight. So that's not going to bode well. I mean, and Paul Skeens can't carry the team because he's only on the mound every 5th day.
Right.
He might go on short rest, but I wouldn't look for that scenario to happen until you get towards the tail end of the season. And that is only if the Pirates are able to put together some kind of run and make a bid for the wild card.
Yeah.
And the only time I see Paul Skeens maybe possibly going on short rest is for the wild card series. So, I mean, that's a best of 3. So you get him to start game 1. Sure, fine. And if you can stretch it out and you go to game 3, you're not going to have him for that, but you'll be able to have him for game 1 of the divisional series if you get that far. I just don't see it happening.
It's still the roll of the dice, but I think it
is. I mean, it is. I mean, because Paul Skeens being as talented as he is, I mean, the dude's an absolute beast on the mound, right? I mean, he's out there playing, freaking on the easy mode, right? It seems like a lot of times. But when you get somebody like that, I mean, this is his 2nd year in the league. Get him in the postseason and start playing. He's gonna, he might not be able to step up to that because that's a new environment for him. It's a new kind of like new set of stakes for him. It's like win or go home kind of a situation. You don't want to be that guy that loses his start, and that start is the reason is kind of like the fulcrum on the lever that sends you home.
Yeah.
But in the NL or West rather, the Dodgers have a 2-game lead over the Padres. Padres took 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox over the weekend. So they won their last 2 games. They're 7-3 over their last 10. They're at San Francisco tonight. San Francisco themselves are at 500. They're 5-5 over their last 10. They've lost the last 2 games. See, Arizona, they've won their last 3. They're 6-4 over their last 10. Then you got the Rockies. I'm just going to call it the Rockies are mathematically eliminated from the postseason. They're 30-87. I mean, honestly, they're guaranteed to have a losing season at this point. I mean, because you if you go 81-81, that's 162 games, right? They're going to finish well below. I mean, they might be lucky to see 300 before the end of the season. I doubt it's going to happen. I mean, they're working on a negative 329 run differential. They're giving up that many runs versus what they're bringing in.
God. do you know they'll reach 100 losses?
There's time. Yeah, there's time. There's time to do it.
If they really dig deep and believe in themselves, I believe they could reach that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think at this point, Rockies tickets for home games up at Coors Field, I think they're going for like $5 or $10. So, I mean, we could take a road trip up to Denver. That'd be kind of a
Oh,
thing.
I wonder if they adjust their parking prices as well.
Probably not,
Kind
because
of hard to justify paying $80 for parking for a $10 ticket.
well, I mean, that's when you get like the city run parking lots, and you pay at the lot kind of a deal. You park and then pay instead of paying and then parking, because you don't get Joe Schmo and Susie J Rottencrotch over there jacking up prices because it's a premium event. It's
Or
like,
what's his name? Jerry Jones.
yeah. Well, we're gonna go over the Crypt Keeper before the end of the night. But right now, I mean, it's this is the time to scoreboard watch for baseball. I mean, the teams that are going to make a serious contention or a serious run for the postseason are starting to rise to the top, and you're starting to see the teams that are going to go past the first round. You're going to see teams that are going to possibly make it to the championship series, if not the World Series. I mean, it's all about how they're managing their bullpens, how they're managing their games, and the health of the overall player, of the teams rather. So this is one of my favorite times of year, and it's just because baseball's starting to wind down and we're starting to get ramped up for the postseason. Because once game 162 is played and the brackets are filled out for the postseason, it's a new season, boys. Everybody is 0-0, right? It's like opening day all over again, except the stakes are a lot higher. And that's one of the things that I love about August, September, October baseball. I mean, it's going to be a thing. As far as football news is going to be concerned, let me see here.
There's a new article that just popped up with John Gruden of the ex.
John Gruden.
Yeah, John Gruden, the ex-coach. He just won a Supreme Court ruling that he was for the NFL
Yeah, wrongful termination suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get into that in just a minute. I remember that because the NFL, the head office, the front office leaked emails.
Oh,
yeah. Like internal emails.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. So Dak Prescott stepped on his dick again this weekend. Stuffed his foot in his mouth.
No way.
Yeah. At the end of the game, he sit there and he told the Rams, "We'll meet you in the NFC Championship game."
I saw a good.
You can only imagine the heyday that Stephen F. Austin had, or Stephen A. Smith rather had on with that today.
I can only imagine.
You do know their possibility of winning even to the preseason's 1.3%.
Well, it's the preseason again, like we discussed last week. You can't put any trust or faith in what they perform, what the performance is in the preseason.
Exactly.
Biggest reason why is because your starters are only in there for maybe a series or two at best. Because it's not like baseball where you need your starters to start staying in games for longer so that way they can stretch out. So that way they're in regular season form by the time opening day rolls around.
Well, and you got guys playing in these games that won't even make the team.
Yeah, they won't even make the practice squad.
Yeah, so this is not the team that's going to be playing the regular season games.
No,
yeah,
I mean that, but
I mean 3/4 of the guys that are playing in the preseason, they're taking their jersey home and they're going to say, "Hey, I at least got to play in the NFL during the preseason."
Yeah, but the chances of an asteroid hitting us is 3.1.
Okay, I'm gonna break this down for you, David. I think you understand, but for the people keeping score at home, the Dallas Cowboys are not going to win.
Look, I saw
enough to get to the NFC Championship.
I saw a TikTok yesterday that actually it puts this into great perspective. And this guy full Cowboys gear and everything. And she's girlfriend or whatever was asking him, was like, listen, you have, I think she was using a stock market. You have a stock that for 30 years, this thing has lost every year for 30 years. This is not, it's lost every year. Would you put money in it? And he's like, well, no. And she goes, why not? He says, well, look at all the evidence that it's got 30 years of not, being able to produce anything. It hasn't won anything for 30 years. And she goes, that's what it's like being a Dallas fan. And he goes, oh, I can't argue that.
I saw a TikTok today. This woman, she goes, all right, honey, we're gonna go shopping for the football season. He goes, you're gonna let me buy Cowboys gear? She goes, no. We have to buy a new TV because inevitably we're gonna have to replace the one you're gonna break.
It's just sad.
We got to get you a new phone because you're gonna smash the one that you're looking at when we're probably in church watching a game. It's like all these things around the house that he's going to break or destroy because he's mad at the Cowboys.
Don't forget the antidepressants.
Oh yeah, and to further complicate, or well, not complicate, to further solidify the theory that Jerry Jones is not interested in winning the Super Bowl anymore. He's running this like an entertainment business.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix is going to have a new special about Jerry Jones.
No.
It's called The Gambler and His Cowboys.
My God.
Yep.
I mean, at what point do we just call it an abusive relationship and just leave?
Today, we can do that today.
Here's the thing.
You're the only one that has to.
Here's the thing. We've all driven through downtown Dallas. We've driven through some of the outlining areas where a majority of the Cowboys fan base lives. And because the various city councils or aldermans or whatever, or just the policing rate in those particular areas is less than desirable, there's no way that we're going to be able to get a all-inclusive boycott of the Dallas Cowboys, because the people that watch games on TV and they save and they get cheap tickets to go to, or they tailgate outside AT&T, that is the bright spot to their life over the course of the year, which says a lot. Okay.
Unfortunately,
it says a lot that you derive pleasure from going to Cowboys games or watching Cowboys games, knowing that when that game is over, the real world is waiting for you outside the door.
So you're going to get slapped around inside the stadium and then walk out and get slapped around some more outside the stadium.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, there's that. But yeah, CeeDee Lamb, he didn't suit up for the preseason opener against the Rams, but he got trucked by a ref because he was standing on the in the white border on the in the out of bounds. That's the referee's area, right? That's their running lane. And he's out, he's got his back turned, and a referee is running down the side. The line judge is running down the sideline to to accurately call a play, right? It was a pass play. It wasn't intentional, but a shoulder was dropped right in the middle of CeeDee Lamb's back, and then he was immediately assessed a 15-yard penalty for sideline interference.
Yep. Yeah, he got fucking rocked.
Yeah, okay. But this article is from ESPN. It's dated the 5th. ESPN to get NFL Network rights to Red Zone from NFL for equity stake. So, ESPN is acquiring the NFL Network and other National Football League media assets, including the linear rights to the league's popular Red Zone channel, in a deal that will see the NFL get a 10% equity stake in the All Sports Network. It was announced Tuesday night. ESPN will also acquire the NFL's fantasy product and merge it into its existing platform, making ESPN Fantasy Football the official game of the NFL. In a separate deal, the NFL also agreed to license to ESPN and other NFL other NFL content and intellectual property that will appear on the NFL Network and other assets. The NFL Network will be owned and operated by ESPN, which will control the network's linear and digital rights. The NFL Network, I'm just going to call it the network. The network will be integrated into ESPN's upcoming direct-to-consumer streaming product, and it will continue to be available on traditional pay TV providers like YouTube. By combining the NFL media assets with ESPN reach and innovation, we're creating a premier destination for football fans, ESPN chairman Jimmy Pitaro said in a statement. Together, ESPN and the NFL are redefining how fans engage with the game anytime, anywhere. This deal helps fuel ESPN's digital future, laying the foundation for an even more robust offering as we prepare to launch our new direct consumer service. ESPN platforms will also license 3 additional NFL games per season, giving it a total of 28 games. The network will continue to show 7 games per season, with some games shifting to NFL Network from ESPN's original schedule. Dates and games were not announced. All of the ESPN-owned games will air on linear and ESPN's direct-to-consumer platform. So linear being your traditional broadcast, like DirecTV, things like that. According to a joint statement, ESPN will own broad rights to Red Zone, including the trademark, and continue to distribute the channel to pay TV operators. The NFL will continue to own, operate, and produce the Red Zone channel, and will keep the rights to distribute it digitally. The league will also continue to own and operate some of its own media businesses, including NFL Films and NFL.com. Let me see here. Further down, it says, in May, ESPN announced its streaming service would launch in early fall with a $29.99 per month price point and will keep the linear network's name, ESPN. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. We're oversaturated with streaming services now as it is. Everybody's got their own streaming service, right? And to get access to that exclusive content, you have to, if you're going to do it within the limits of the law, you have to subscribe to those services, which completely and totally defeats the purpose of getting rid of cable, right? So, I mean, here at my house, yeah, we've got we've got DirecTV, but we also do the we've got all the streaming services as well. It does get pricey, but we're able to manage that within the means of our budget. I don't, like, for example, I'm not happy with DirecTV because I had the sports package add-on, but it doesn't give me access to regional sport networks like Space City Home Network or NESN, which is the New England Sport Network. I can't even get the Yankee Entertainment station, which is the New York Sports Networks. No, it just basically, it gives me NFL, NHL, NBA, and MLB. And I'm like,
just the generic.
Yeah, I mean, when they say, "Oh, it's a sports pack," yeah, but give me regional sports so that way I can watch it. No, they want me to upgrade to the next package, which is like the choice package, and I'm like, oh my god! So if I get the choice package, do I get to drop the sports add-on because those channels are included anyway? Well, yeah.
And then half the time they get blacked out.
Yeah,
games are going to be blacked out in certain regions, and
I mean, and to me, that's one of the biggest reasons why I don't subscribe anymore to the MLB premium package, because there's so many blackout restrictions. You might, I mean, as a Red Sox fan, it would make sense for me to get it because I can watch a majority of the games. But the games that occur within the market, so like if Texas or Houston travel up to Boston or vice versa, I can't watch those games.
Nope.
Because they're blacked out. Now, if Roger Goodell would lift the blackout restrictions for the MLB premium package, his subscription rates would go through the roof.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to piss off the local carriers. But I don't, I mean, as it is, like ESPN's 80% owned by ABC, which is owned by the Walt Disney Company.
Well, the Disney company's buying a lot of stuff right now.
And they are. And if Disney's not careful, they're going to start seeing antitrust lawsuits being filed against them with the FCC.
Yeah.
I'm here for that kind of chaos because, I mean, as it is, Disney Plus is, they're phasing out Hulu because they're merging all of their apps under the Disney Plus
I
banner.
saw that, and I'm not a fan of that either.
I'm not a fan of that either. So, but yeah, we got let me see here. College football, we've got Army is going to be taking on, or is that? What is that? Is that football? Tell me this is football. Am I seeing football schedules already?
You should be.
I think I am. Yes, I am.
Yeah,
The
they-
Army Black Knights open up on the 29th of this month against Tarleton State.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that'll be fun. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, we're going to start getting into football discussions a whole lot more. So look for next week, people. So I'm going to spend the week trying to work out a functioning spreadsheet to help keep track of our wins and losses for picks. So yeah, I mean, we should be able to start making those regular season picks starting on the 7th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, on the 4th, actually, September 4th. David and I kind of made a little bit of a joke about this last week, but the first game of the season, it's kind of a no-brainer for the pick.
Yeah. It's the Cowboys.
As much as we hate to say it,
Eagles.
the Eagles are going to beat the Cowboys week 1.
Yeah.
Like, it pisses me off that you're immediately right out the gate. You're making me have to put all of my principles. It's not fair, frankly.
Hey, dude, trust me. I know it's not fair. I mean,
right.
No,
I'm
I'm
a Red Sox fan, and I live in fucking Houston. I live in Astros country. Okay, so don't talk to me about not fair. I know what not fair means.
I should not have to start fighting emotional picks on day or week fucking 1.
I mean, week 1 hasn't even gotten here yet.
Exactly.
You just
Exactly.
I mean,
That means it's going to be hanging over my head for the next almost month. 3 days.
You know what?
Whatever.
You know what I just realized?
Fuck that.
Chris's little heart scare that week, the schedule came out. So you probably looked at the schedule.
no. Here's what happened. God put scar tissue on that heart to protect it from the beating that it's going to receive this season.
I could see
Actually,
that.
I mean, yeah,
I
I
could-
buy that.
Okay. See,
It was a preparation for the heartache to come.
God is the great physician, man. I mean, he is the end all to be all. So, I mean, he
He's
knows
like,
what's
"Listen,
up.
You're gonna need this. Just I'm gonna get out
Like,
of the way
you know,
now.
yeah. I mean, the team that you've been rooting for since you can remember, the last time that they won anything, it's during your lifespan, but nothing that you can remember.
God,
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it?
I don't even want to. When you're what was this? Someone else I think it was on Instagram. It said rings one. It had the Cowboys on one side, and it said rings in the last 30 years 0. And then it showed, I think it was J-Lo. It said rings in the last 30.
yeah.
Oh, J-Lo was just collecting Infinity Stones, dude. That's all she was doing, man. So, I mean,
Come on, man.
I mean, you look at it from the last Super Bowl victory that the Dallas Cowboys had. Tom Brady went out and won 7.
I don't want to live on this planet
You don't want to be in this timeline
anymore.
anymore.
I mean, it's Brady, so okay. I get it, but damn it, just one. All
you-
I
I
want
mean-
is one.
Could you imagine the team being on coke again? They would actually win.
Maybe that's what's missing.
So are we
Yeah,
making the
'cause-
argument that is it either Jerry Jones or Tom Brady's the anchor being for this timeline?
Oh, no, I'm not. I refuse to give Jerry Jones that amount of power. No, absolutely.
Right.
That happened.
Even if it's
too.
true, I refuse to acknowledge it.
What was it? What was that statue?
Hashtag not my anchor being.
What was the statue that New England?
Oh yeah, the Patriots unveiled a 12-foot tall Tom Brady statue before their preseason opener.
dude,
and-
that speech was
Oh
on
man.
killer.
I mean, dude, and he's out there roasting them, roasting Jet fans,
Oh, of course.
roasting the Jets fans. And the first play of the preseason by the New England Patriots was a 100-yard kickoff return.
Oh, did you see that that kicker that
Oh
made
yeah,
a 70-yard
Yeah,
kick? But it
dude.
doesn't count because it's a fucking preseason.
Yeah, it doesn't count 'cause
Oh, I'd be
it's the preseason.
so
I
angry.
mean, it's like, it's like a few years ago before John Lester went to Chicago through free agency. He was still playing in Boston. He had a perfect game going through 7 innings during spring training.
Oh,
He told John Farrell, he's like, "Pull me out of the game because I don't want to waste my perfect game in spring training."
Yep.
Dude,
no,
and he was absolutely cruising, right? I mean, he had through like 7 innings. I think he was only up to like 72 pitches.
oh god.
Dude. I mean, he almost damn near had the bare minimum number of pitches of, to get there. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting there going, I mean, you could even hear like the commentators. I mean, the guys doing the radio call, they were like, yeah, we're not going to talk about what this is because it's not going to count. Right. And then, I mean, as soon as they said that, here it comes the top of the 8th. Boston's got a new pitcher because John Lester told John Farrell, he's like, I'm not pitching anymore tonight
Yeah.
because I'm going to waste what this is. Like, so I do like the fact though, when John Lester left Boston and he went to Chicago, he wore David Ortiz's number 34. And he's like, it's because he did it to honor David Ortiz. And then when he hit his first career home run, I think he got that home run ball back and he gave it to David Ortiz.
Oh, hell yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, John Lester is always going to be a Boston Red Sox, and it's kind of like, Chris Sale striking out the biggest douchebag in baseball back in 2018 to end the World Series. But, oh boy. Racing news, programming note. Yes. If you are tuning in to hear Colin's joke time, he's not here this week. So
Womp womp womp.
we're skipping over joke time, which is it's fine, because he needs to
we
spend
could
some
throw-
time with his mom.
We could throw a few, dad jokes out there and really, really bring the house down.
Are you not going to mention the Lions Falcon game?
Fine. Here, hold on. I was trying to conserve space because I still got to go over racing news. Fucking David.
How
Yeah.
long do you want to be here, David?
Okay, so because David wanted me to do this, the Lions safety Maurice Norris. I'm going to say Maurice Norris. Yeah, we're just going to go with Maurice. Maurice Norris arrives at the team's training facility after his injury. That game, the game that it was in the 4th quarter, and the game was suspended because he had gotten it was like a serious neck injury.
No,
And he had to be taken off the field.
what
And this is from AP. Larry Lage Lage is on the byline. This article was dated yesterday. Detroit Lions safety Maurice Norris was at the team's training facility with teammates on Sunday, 2 days after he was taken off the field in an ambulance late in the preseason game against the Atlanta Falcons. The person who spoke to the AP on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to share the details said that he was released from an Atlanta hospital and returned home on Saturday. See, this is why I don't like AP News articles because of the pop-ups. It's freaking gross, dude. All right, here we go. He said, quote, "I'm all good, man. Don't stress." He said, adding he appreciates all of the check-ins and support. And that was on his social media page. He was hurt with 14:50 left in the preseason game after hitting Falcons running back Nathan Carter. He hit Carter with his face mask facing the running back's midsection, and his head snapped back after assisting on the tackle. When play resumed, Atlanta quarterback Emory Jones snapped the ball, and players on both teams held hands and bowed their heads in prayer.
Yeah, what happened with that though is he took a knee to the face.
Well, that's why you don't lead with your fucking head.
Yeah.
And this is injuries like that. Yes, I know that sometimes that they're unavoidable, but a lot of times it's because kids even as far as down as the peewee level, they're not taught how to form tackle anymore.
Nope.
It's all about maximizing damage. Like, I mean, treating your pads and using them as a weapon to hurt the other guy. I mean, that's what they're being taught these days. I'm not a fan of it.
No, I don't agree with that at all.
I'm a big believer in doing things fundamentally.
Yep.
Form tackling, keeping your head up. Don't lead with your head at all. Because all you're going to do, I mean, he's lucky that he didn't end up in a wheelchair after this game.
Or dead.
Or dead. Things are going to happen in this game because football by nature is a violent sport. We get it. But that injury could have been avoided.
Minimize your risks.
He could have, a shoulder tackle, or whatever. I mean, these running backs are not impervious to being tackled. Time and time again, it's proven. Okay. I mean, the number of times that a running back breaks loose and slips a tackle is a lot less than you think it is. These guys don't need to go in there running 100 miles an hour at a brick wall and then lead with their face. I'm like, are you kidding me? Come on, man. It's just stupid. It's unnecessary risk. And honestly, if I were the coach and if he's a veteran player, dude, you're not going to start for a couple of weeks because I need you to think about shit. Which means, guess what? You're not even going to suit up, but you're going to travel with the team. You're going to get your per diem or whatever. I'm not going to deny you a paycheck, but you're not going to play. And if that means that we got to take the L, fine. That means we take the L because you got to stand on principle at some point because you got to start looking out for the welfare of these guys after their careers. And you do that by proactively changing the culture while they're playing. Because I remember reading a study somewhere that out of all of the professional organized sports, the NFL Player Alumni Association, former NFL players have the highest percentage of opiate addicts after retirement. And that's because of everything that they put their bodies through. Concussions and CTEs and dislocated joints and everything like that. I mean, that's all part of it. I mean, with the concussion protocols that they've got in place now, with the state-of-the-art helmets and technologies that they put into place, the Guardian caps. I mean,
it's getting better, but when
but when you get a guy leading with his head to make a tackle and he takes a knee,
you got too many people that are out there chasing the highlight reel. That's what they're looking for. They're not looking to play the game safely. They're not there to fundamentally play the game. They're chasing the highlight reel so that they can raise their image come contract time and get higher paychecks.
Yeah. So moving on, over the weekend, there was NASCAR racing at Watkins Glen, which is a road course. It is the fourth road course race of the season. There's one more road course race left, and that is going to be at the Roval in Charlotte. It is a playoff race, but Shane Van Gisbergen, SVG, coming up from New Zealand, where he drove in the Supercars series down there. All they do is road race. That is his forte. That is his specialty. And he put on a woodshed whooping over the weekend. He won the cup race. I'm going to get to the new and before you start freaking out, David, I'm going to get to it. So just chill for a second. His margin of victory was 11.116 seconds. Like, he passed cars and pulled away. Right, he led a total of 38 laps. Interestingly enough, the guy who finished dead last, 39th place, was Kyle Larson because he was 15 laps down. Because he had like a early race mishap or whatever. He had the Xfinity fastest lap of the race, which gets him a playoff point, which is a valuable thing. The guy's 15 laps down, and he goes out and turns a 73.20 second lap with nothing else to gain. So, I think it was a braking issue. Yeah, it was like a brake issue or something like that with the car. They pulled it in, took him down to the the garage, and they were able to make repairs on that car, got it back out on the track. But yeah, there was a lot of comers and goers over the weekend during the Cup race. You got SVG again winning, Christopher Bell second, Chris Buescher, William Byron, and Chase Briscoe round out your top five. Ryan Blaney, Daniel Suarez, Bubba Wallace in eighth, Tyler Reddick ninth, Ross Chastain in 10th. 11th through 20th, you had AJ Allmendinger, Eric Jones, Ryan Preece, Joey Logano, Austin Dillon, Austin Cindric, Zane Smith, Carson Hocevar, Michael McDowell, and Alex Bowman rounding out your top 20. The rundown from 21st of the 39th is Noah Gragson, Kyle Busch, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Riley Herbst, Danny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Justin Haley, Todd Gilliland, Cody Ware, Ty Dillon, Brett Keselowski, John Hunter Nemechek, Ty Gibbs, Cole Custer, Josh Berry, Catherine Legg. Catherine Legg, she's a female driver, and she's from England. So that's kind of cool. She was one lap down. Josh Bilicki, 37th, JJ Yaley, 38th, and the aforementioned Kyle Larson came home 39th rather, 15 laps down. But he did turn in the fastest lap of the race. Average speed of the race was 101 miles an hour. There were 8 lead changes. The total time of the race was 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 39 seconds. There were 3 caution flags for 8 laps. And again, the margin of victory was 11.1116 or 11.116 seconds. So congratulations to Shane Van Gisbergen. Now, there's been a lot of talk over the week or since yesterday, actually. People are tired of seeing road races on the schedule. I mean, it's just like they're saturating it. And I know next year they're going to have they're going to have a race at the Coronado Naval Base in San Diego to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Navy next year. So that's another road race. Probably SVG is going to win that one too. But the rest of the field, they are light years behind him. I mean, they're guys that are getting better. They're figuring out what he's doing, and they're trying to figure that out, and they're trying to adapt it to their driving styles. And, there's a lot of comers and goers, but this guy, once he gets out front, he just pulls away, and there's just no catching him. So, I mean, the trick is to keep him pinned down, so, I mean, case in point, Saturday's Xfinity race for the, at Watkins Glen. That was won by Connor Zilisch. Now, Connor Zilisch, that is his 6th victory of the year. Think about that. 6th victory of the year.
Damn.
Yeah. His win margin was 2.326 seconds. He led for 60 laps. He also had the fastest lap of the race at 72.84. He was going back and forth with Shane Van Gisbergen for a while. And he actually ended up spinning SVG and ending his day. And then he just didn't give up the lead after that. But then pulling into victory lane, Connor Zilic. I don't know if you saw the video on this, Chris, but he pulls into victory lane, and a lot of guys stand in their windowsills, or the door sill right there.
Yeah.
A lot of guys have their window nets tucked into the car.
Right.
For whatever reason, his was hanging out of the car. And as soon as he got his arms extended, right, in that victory pose, his foot slipped.
Oh.
And it got caught inside the car.
Oh no.
And he did a face plant on the concrete.
Ah,
He knocked himself unconscious and broke his collarbone.
dude.
Oh yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. It was pretty bad. I mean, when he hit, right, and this just he had like the Family Guy Peter Griffin, like I'm dead pose on the ground. You know, they took him to the infield care center where they eventually they transported him to the local hospital there in Watkins Glen, and he was eventually released later that night. I mean, he was alert in the infield care center. They gave him a smelling salt or something, woke him up. But they did an MRI. All of his scans came back negative. His head is clear. He got the okay. This the only thing is that watch this.
Collarbone is one of.
Yeah, he's getting out of the car right now. And
Tuck him in.
David's internet is just there. He goes. And
no! God.
See, Peter Griffin, right there.
Oh man!
Yes. Needless to say, he didn't give a post-race interview.
Yeah, really?
He was supposed to make a Cup start yesterday and be in the Cup race yesterday for Trackhouse Racing. Obviously, with a broken collarbone, he was not able to make that start. So they withdrew their entry for that. There was supposed to be a 40-car field, but they withdrew their car with him as the pilot because they didn't have any backup plans. So they were like, okay, look, this is just going to cost us a little bit of money, probably like $200,000 or so. Richard Petty drove with a broken back. I think it was Dale Earnhardt Sr. drove and won a race with a broken sternum. I mean, I think that there might be a way that he can still make the playoffs in the Xfinity Series with that broken collarbone. I mean, obviously, it's up to the doctors for the team that he drives for in the Xfinity Series, which is JR Motorsports, Dale Jr.'s team. But I think it would make one hell of a statement if he went forward and just drove the rest of the year.
Right.
Broken collarbone or nothing. And then if he wins another race, which the way he drives inevitably would be kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Tuck the fucking window net in the car.
There's no way they're gonna let him ever.
And it's kind of a way to like poke fun at Connor Zilic over the for his mishap. SVG in victory lane tweeted out, "I'm carefully exiting the car," and it shows him crawling 1 foot on the ground. And he got out and didn't stand on the car. He stood on the ground in victory lane.
3 points of contact.
Yeah, 3 points of control. That's what they updated it to. Now, as far as SVG was concerned, he'd recently lost his mom, and so his dad was there his dad was there in Watkins Glen this weekend to watch him race. So it was kind of a special moment for him. He dedicated the win to his mom, obviously, and then his dad finally got to celebrate with him in victory lane. So that was kind of cool. I like SVG. I'm kind of in the camp that they need to desaturate the road courses from the schedule and just basically just for nothing else. He's got 4 wins. He has tied the season lead with wins in Denny Hamlin with 4, but all 4 of his wins came on the road courses, and there's still one more race to go. A road course race this year. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be a fun thing. Next week, the Cup guys are at Richmond Raceway in Richmond, Virginia, for the Cookout 400. It's a 400 lap, 300-mile affair. It's going to be on USA, MRN, Sirius XM, NASCAR Channel 90, and your driver feeds are going to be on HBO Max again. That race is going to start at it's going to be a Saturday night race, so it's going to be Saturday, August 16th at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. That's definitely one that I'm not going to miss because I like Richmond. It's a cool it's a cool little track, man. I mean, it's been on the circuit schedule for ever. I mean, I don't think I've ever remembered a year where they didn't run at Richmond. Richmond is one of those tracks that has a lot of history to it. There's even clips of Dale Earnhardt Sr. when he used to drive the Wrangler car, right? He's hanging out of his driver's side window during a caution lap, squeegeeing off his own windshield because it was muddy. It was covered in mud.
Jesus.
He slides back down into the car, and as he's steering through the turn, he's buckling himself back in and then goes on. And I think he won that race. But yeah, the track's definitely got a lot of history, and it's a lot. It's something that I'm here for. I love watching Richmond. Then after that, we've got I don't want the standings. I want the schedule. Thank you very much. Okay, so the regular season ends on the 23rd at Daytona for the Coke Zero 400. Now, Daytona is a super speedway that is kind of a wild card race. So, I mean, anybody that hasn't won can get in to the playoffs, via that win. Right now, with the playoff points the way that they are, you've got William Byron. He's still sitting at the top on at the point of the regular season standings, followed by Chase Elliott. Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell both respectively moved up third place and fourth place in the points respectively. Kyle Larson dropped 2 points with his last place finish yesterday, or he dropped 2 places yesterday. He's now 85 points behind the leader. Ryan Blaney moved up a spot to 6th. So I mean, it's, but as far as the playoff picture is concerned, you've got Denny Hamlin and you've got Shane Van Gisbergen, both of them with 4 wins. They're sitting at 1 and 2 in the standings right now. Christopher Bell with 3 wins, Kyle Larson with 3 wins, William Byron's got 2, Chase Elliott's got 1, Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, Bubba Wallace, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, and Josh Berry all have 1 win apiece. There are 3 drivers out of the 16 who have not won yet. Tyler Reddick is almost all but locked in on points. He's 117 points to the good. Okay. You can only make, I think it's like 61 points a race or something like that. So, I mean, can he, if he has a bad week next week and he doesn't finish the race and he finishes dead last and then has a bad week at Daytona, is it possible that he misses the playoffs? Absolutely. Alex Bowman is 60 points to the good in 15th place. Chris Buescher is 34 points above the cut line in 16th. Now, Ryan Preece is 34 points below that, but Kyle Busch is 102 points below the cut line in 18th. I still stand on principle here that Kyle Busch or Brad Keselowski, not so much Brad Keselowski at this point, because Brad K, he just for whatever reason cannot manage a race right now to save their life. I mean, they get themselves in a position by pitting off sequence, but they're just not there at the end of the race because either tires or fuel mileage is plaguing them. I mean, it's kind of a snake bitten year, but I mean, he's pulling something productive out of it because he's still trying to get what used to be Roush Racing, which is now Roush Keselowski Racing, or RFK Racing, kind of back to the position of prominence, right? So instead of being like 20th place cars, they're getting into the top 15, top 10 of races every week. So I mean, they're making inroads. I mean, and Chris Buescher driving the 17 car, and he's an RFK driver, and so I mean, he's in the playoffs right now. I mean, if the playoffs were to start today, he would be in 16th place, right? He'd be the last driver. But I don't know. If any one of those three wins next week or at Daytona, I mean, Tyler Reddick is still going to be in pretty good shape. It'll just, I don't know. It might bump Chris Buescher off unless he wins. I mean, it's still up in the air. We've got 2 races left before the playoffs are, playoff brackets are set. So these next 2 races are definitely not a time to lay down. They need to get up on the wheel. They need to, pull those gloves down tight and tighten the belts, and then just, take care of their equipment and be there at the end. So it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks, but Daytona is definitely. I don't like ending the regular season at Daytona. And I'm a big fan of ending the regular season at Richmond, like it has been in the past, because the Daytona race, the Coke Zero 400, traditionally it was always ran on the 4th of July. I mean, you get it back to the center of auto racing, in the world, basically, Daytona International Speedway. Fireworks show, patriotic paint schemes are being ran, and these cars are packed up 36 to 42 cars. They're all running 200 miles an hour, wide open all the way around that track. And it's all about who can take care of their equipment the best and be there at the end. And then, everybody gets to see the fireworks at the end of the show, at the end of the race. I don't know why NASCAR felt the need to move that Daytona race. I'm not a fan of it, but I don't know. We don't get paid to make those decisions. So
Yeah, they don't consult us.
yeah. I mean, because they don't even have a July 4th race anymore. I mean, the Chicago street race this year was on July 6th. So, I'm like, we need to reestablish some edicts here, and we need to move Daytona back to July 4th weekend at the very least. So I don't know. But that is, I think, about it.
There's one thing. This for the opening season for the Carolina Panthers, they're selling tickets for 2 $1.80.
Yeah, they are not.
That's unfortunate.
They're not. What's the word I'm looking for?
Good.
They're not confident. They're not confident about their odds this year. So
I mean,
the Panthers, if they're going to go into the season with that kind of an outlook, just go ahead and unofficially tank your season. Go 0-16 and secure that first round draft pick.
well, that's not the case, really. What's going to happen is they might actually bring them down. And I mean, they're not selling tickets. They're not selling merch. They're not. I mean, nobody wants to watch them that much. So why is there a team?
I mean, unless they're trying to move them, but then you're going to talk about division realignment, and that's just a pain in the ass, because then you got to get the owners to vote on it.
I mean, we even said, and we joke around, even with Chris here, Cowboys, 30 years hasn't won it really.
Yeah, but realistically, the Cowboys are the second most
profitable,
valuable,
or
sports organization in the world.
Yeah,
beating out even the New York Yankees.
Yeah, that's my point, though.
I mean, it's a brand. It really is. All it is at this point is just a brand. So,
yeah.
I mean, you get people that cling to the Dallas Cowboys, like some people cling to London, members only jackets and Bugle Boy parachute pants, because they got to come back eventually, right?
Yeah.
So, but
I have faith.
See, that's all it takes.
All I'm just saying is, how long did it take for the Cubs to win a World Series again? How long did it take for the Red Sox to win a World Series again?
86 years.
And you saw exactly. Those. That was some faith right there, to go 86 years without a championship.
Well, I mean, if you look over the course of that 86 years, the Red Sox got close so many times.
Right.
With the exception of the 79 series when Bucky fucking Dent, hit that home run and eliminated the Red Sox from the postseason on the last day. But
But still, I mean, you're talking 86 years without a ring.
Yeah.
It's daunting.
Yeah. I mean, they won pennants, but they just never brought home the trophy. So, I mean, I understand where you're going with it. I just, we can beat this horse all day long, but it's like, until Jerry Jones, he doesn't have to leave. He just needs to get out of his own way.
Yeah.
Right. And the
whole
front
thing,
office, the
not
front
just
office,
the whole
the whole thing, the whole front office really needs to get out of their way. I don't envy Brian Schottenheimer at all, because if he doesn't, if the Cowboys don't win at least 10 games this year, I don't see him coming back as head coach.
Yeah, I
So
buy that.
I don't want it to become Dallas. I don't want Dallas to become known as the organization with the revolving head coach door.
They already are.
Well,
come on, man. How many coaches have we gone through?
Well, you think about over the last 30 years. Yeah. Okay. But I mean, still, I think overall, I think they've had some of the least, the fewest head coaches overall since the inception of the league. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's brutal. I mean, just like the Red Sox right now, they're losing 7-3 in the 7th inning. So they better win. They fucking better win tomorrow. That's all I got to say. But with that being said, before we sign off for the night, we leave you with we're gonna impart upon you some words of wisdom from the President of the United States.
There was once a pirate, wonderful pirate. She was a terror on the high seas and a demon in the sheets. A credit to lesbians everywhere, really, a great lesbian pirate. Her name was Bearded Clam. She really was wonderful. Anyway, as she used to say, as she plundered both booty and pussy, scissor me timbers.
Sorry, I'm never gonna get tired of that.
It's so stupid. It's so good.
I mean, yeah. Anyways, I have decided, either before the end of the summer or maybe like an early birthday present, I'm going to buy myself a PSP. Yeah. So I told Colin the other day or yesterday, I was like, dude, I said, if you want birthday present ideas, PSP games. He goes, okay. I was like, all right. So, but yeah, without further ado, I am Johnny Skelton.
I'm David Ickerman.
I am Chris Mountain Man Jacko.
And you have become privy. You have become indentured. Dare I say, you're better off for it. So may your week go just as swimmingly as this episode did. Peace out, everybody. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. We're going to turn on